Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on your notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Alright guys, today I'm going to kick off a new video list which is going to be about databases, and I'm going to use MS SQL in this series. Alright, first of all, I would like to tell you what is the database and why people and companies are using this. Alright. Um, let's say while companies or individual developers are developing an application, they need databases all the time. For example, if you would like to make a dynamic application or keep a lot of data related to your company or personal use, you will use a database to keep them. So you can consider databases as a storage for your data. Let's talk about from a real life. Imagine an application which is designed for transportation company and customer of the company every day signing in and process. Let's use some numbers. Let's let's create a new Excel sheet here. Okay, a company, 5,000 customer they have, and every customer um making 5 collection approximately as an average. So it means 25,000 collection, and every collection has, for example, let's say 3 different step, like um, collection and on the way and delivered or signed papers. Let's say 4 different status and process for every pallet. So it means approximately, yeah, 100,000 transaction for every day. Is a huge number for a company, right? 100,000 transaction. So what's gonna happen in 1 year? Multiple 365. It's too much data. So how are we going to keep them all? Of course, we're going to use the databases. All right. I talk too much. Let's continue MS SQL. Let's open our application. Have a look our UI. What is look like? Let me let's make those texts a little bit tidy to make you much more understand. So let's say 5,000 custom, because I'm going to keep those data for you, and I'm going to share with them my cloud repository, so you will able to download them and you can have a look for your future lessons, guys. Okay, 5,000 customer, 5 collection, 25,000, for example, let's say palette, and 4 status and 100,000 transaction on database. All right, let's save it. Let's give a name SQL lessons, and I'm going to create, by the way, I'm making some preparation for you guys. Let's say MS SQL. I'm going to keep my data in my local repository. If you remember my previous lesson, I shared a really good version control system. If you didn't watch it, I'm going to share somewhere here. You can have a look, and you can understand how we able to do our repository, and how we able to use our version control system. Okay, I'm going to use my git bash. Let's make it a little bigger. We have desktop here. Okay, we have what's my folder name? MS, no, CD desktop. What we didn't get inside. Yeah, it's ls. Okay, MS SQL CD MS SQL. All right, nothing inside. Let's put my file here. Perfect. Oops, sorry. No, not that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's say git init. Okay. Perfect. Now my folder has been marked by the git, and now all we need to do make a commit after finish this lesson. Perfect. Let's make it a little bit bigger for you because we're going to use this Excel sheet um, in our lessons. Now I'm going to open my MS SQL. I'm going to use Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Let me start over again. I would like to show you a welcoming screen. So once you open your application, you will be welcomed by a connection window. It is asking you what is your server type, what is your server name, and what's your authentication type. Normally you didn't need to change anything, just you can connect and you will able to see your local database. But I would like to explain you a little bit. Okay, once you click here, if you have another servers, you will able to see them here. So I have one local, one remote repository. If you select the remote repository, you will be asked a username and password. And if you have local one, you can use Windows authentication, so it won't be a problem. Let's continue with the local one. Connect. Now we are connected to our local database. So we we call this section. This is our server. As you can see, SQL Express, SQL Server 2000 Hasan and Hasan. Okay, this is my server. Let's continue see the what we have in our server. We're going to much more focused database section. Let's click here and you will able to see what we have in our databases. As you can see, there is small icon here. It represents this text is a server. Sorry, is a database. When you click the small plus next to it, you will able to see what kind of specification and what kind of folders do you have related to this database. Okay, so we're going to create a new one, but before that I'm going to show you a little bit informations. Okay, right click on your server. Let's close all of them. Right click on your server. So we have a lot of specification here. You can use connect and disconnect section to disconnect your server. To connect again, click this icon and you will see the welcoming screen again. Let's click connect and right click on it. If you click the properties, you will able to see properties about your server, like server name or version or language, operation system, something like that. Okay, let's continue our database. Now right click on database, click the new database. So let's give it database. But before that, let's create our story. Then move on creating database and tables. All right, let's minimize this section, close this section. Let's continue our, yeah. Okay, I'm going to give a name, DB for database, and student exams. Student exam. Yeah, it's going to be okay. I I'm going to create a database which is keeping exam results of students. Okay. So what I need is I need a student table, I need a lessons table, and I need a exams table. Anything else do I need? Let's have a look. I guess not. Let's save it and let's minimize it. Let's come to our SQL. Perfect. Let's right click on database, new database. Let's say DB student exam. As you can see, our database has been created. What if you would like to change the name, use the rename, you can change it. If you would like to delete, just click the delete and do not forget close existing connection. Then click OK, the database will be gone. Alright, let's continue with the what we have inside our database. As you can see, we have many folders. We have tables, diagrams, views, and a lot of things. We're going to go through step by step all of them, but now we're going to focus on tables section. Okay, so we have three different tables, right? Students, lesson, and exam. Let's try to right click on table. As you can see, if you create a new thing in your SQL, if you would like to use your UI, you're going to right click on it. New database, new diagram, new table, everything. Okay, now right click on table. Let's say new table. As you can see, we have our creating table UI in our hands now. So every table has own columns. So let's say database is our file and your tables in your sheets in the Excel file, and you have columns and rows. Actually, we able to use an Excel file as a database, by the way. But if you much more specification, we're using obviously MSSQL. Alright, now I'm going to show you our data types to creating our table first. But let me have a look how many minutes have been done. It's 12 minutes. Okay, I'm going to finalize this lesson here. Next lesson we're going to talk about data types, and after data types we're going to create our first table, and so we're going to continue with queries. So it's a much more important thing is the syntax and queries, guys. So in this lesson I'm trying to use much more queries and syntax instead of using UI, but UI is really sometimes easy to use. Alright, I'm going to I'm going to leave it like, because by the way you don't need to save anything because your database is going to store your server. So if you create a new query or something different, you can save them all. Okay, let's close our server, but we have an Excel file. I'm going to commit my changes into my Git section. Okay, let's have a look our status first. As you can see, just one file here. Let's add to our stage. Let's have a look our status again. It is added to our staging area. Let's commit our changes now. Initial files are or initial repository Excel file is created. Okay, let's have a look. Perfect, it's done. Okay guys, I'm going to finish this lesson here. I hope you understand what I'm trying to teach in this lesson. If you crush the like button, I will be really appreciated. It really motivates me to create a new content. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate, drop comment below the video. Take care of yourself. See you on next lesson. Bye bye.